Hey Captains, this is Community Video 002. This is our second attempt at doing something fun like this, and I am actually very excited to do this. Now, I have a whole bunch of questions to get to, and that is the main thrust of this video, but I want to talk about a couple of things first. First, the 2014 Suns Council is coming up, and I am very excited. This is exactly the kind of thing that I frankly love. Applications are already on their way in, and the application process is open until December 18th. So if you are interested in coming here, visiting with us at 5PG, please get those applications in. Talk to me. Explain to me what you love about the game. Explain to me what you want to do with the game. And best of all, just come at this with a passion that I know you all have for the game, and let us hear it. So, PM me at any time. That's Abigdor on the forums. You can find me pretty easily. I'll add some links to this post as well, so that'll help that. And yeah, come on guys, let's have some fun. Now, next on the hit parade, the questions. So let's get down to Tax of Brass. First up, we have Jack Frost. Is that a Herman Miller office chair, or do we need to buy you more? To buy more GS so that you can get a comfy chair? Well, Jack, I don't know if you can see behind me. I'm fairly certain you can. We have plenty of the comfy chairs. Oh, so good. Okay. But no, we're fine. So that really shouldn't do anything for your GS purchases. Shiki next asks, when are we going to get an office tour? Well, using these videos over the course of, I don't know how long I'll be doing them. I'll be doing them for quite a while, I hope. You'll see bits and pieces of the office. Right now we have sort of a lounge area going on in here. This is kind of like a relaxation part of the office where you can come in here and do work. You can come in here and chill out. You can do a whole lot of things. But yeah, this is a very, very comfortable office. I'm here quite a lot. Let's see, Magnus coming up. Kong must be included into World Chat as a measure to end this feud over raids. They do have a point, and they are the only platform that has no access to World Chat. In short, they lost hugely over the merge. Now this, I have some exciting news over. There are currently design documents going in, and it might take some time, but we do have plans to try and integrate Kong, which is my home platform, with World Chat, which I do think would go a long way to fix this issue. And thank you, Magnus, for bringing that up. Now, he goes on again to say, how far along the road is the idea, any actual idea about raid incentives and summoning incentives? Now, that has already been done, and as we saw in the first week of it, we were up to, at one point, 3,000 plus raids, which is great, which is amazing, which is like, we as the design team were sitting there going, yes, they can do it. Now, that being said, this week, particularly starting on Monday, when we didn't have any world raids or rare spawns or anything like that, the raids have dropped down a bit, at most like 80 some odd in the public list. Now, we know that the community can summon these raids, can summon this vast amount of raids. And the raid summoning incentives have helped, but we're not done yet with that. We're not stopping there. We're not saying raid summoning incentives is the only thing we're going to add to raids at this point. There are several ideas coming in. Da's working on a couple of ideas, and actually, Magnus's next question kind of touches on this. Is there any chance of 5PG reconsidering cooldown times revamp, reducing or even eliminating for existing raids? He says, please say yes, please say yes. Now, the answer, Magnus, is yes. We do have plans to reduce certain raids and their cooldowns. That's Da's department, Da Horizon. I refer to him as Da. He has plans, and we have talked about this. There needs to be a balancing act, though. Not all raids can be dropped down to 8 hours. That's an event. That's a fun event, but an event. It's not going to be the norm. We're going to look at cooldowns, ratio of returns on loot, a couple of different things, and we may reduce or increase, mostly reduce, the number of, well, the amount of cooldown a raid has. It will probably only hit a certain point, and I'll actually leave that to him to discuss. But yes, there are things coming down the pipe and things that you guys will enjoy. So, good thinking. Seraphis! Back to Planet here. Seraphis says, Legacy Forge, perhaps a long overdue update, is in order for this so-called legendary-only tactic, and maybe making the Immortal crew it produces legendary again. I've heard a lot about this, guys, and I've been watching you guys for weeks and weeks talk about it. Even Stranger, he actually has a note here saying that, yes, we would like to make this a bigger, better thing. You hit 2,500. You hit 2,500 after who knows how many months of grinding and killing and destroying. I want something good for my effort. We hear you. Honestly, if I hit that, and I know I wouldn't use Legacy Forge, so as a former player, I hear you. And I will be sure to bring this to the attention of Da. I actually think I already sent him a link this morning about one of these threads, and I know he's responded in kind to a couple of them. So there you go. Legacy Forge will be looked at, but once again, Da Horizon is doing a ton of work. If you could see his office desk, which I see, and actually I'm not going to show you in this video, you would see that he has charts and graphs and numbers, and there's actually this one fun graph that looks like a star map because it has so many different lines and dots and different data plugged into it, so he can see the progression of the different zones. And he's sitting there and he's looking at all this, and he's looking to balance the game in favor of the players, in favor of fun, and I'm all about that. So yeah, Legacy Forge will be looked at. You have my promise. Dia Versailles, hey bud. So, he has a couple of questions. Can we also call you Ben Batman Affleck? No. 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 You cannot. Dia, I'm watching you. Next goes on to say, how is the effort to shut down other platform alts going? And as of this date, I can tell you that it is done. If anyone has an issue with their alt being missed in the merge, anything like that, please, by all means, contact support. Everyone should have been taken care of at this point, so I hope everyone is happy with what happened. I know it was a difficult procedure. I know people were waiting. I know a couple of you were like, I really need Boone. Come on, give me my merge stuff. But we tried to get to everyone in turn without special exceptions, and it should have all been worked out. So by all means, if you need to, PM me or use a support ticket at contact us at the bottom of the forum, and we'll get you squared away. Now next up, can we have a loot all button? Maybe. As of right now, I know you guys really want that because of all the raids and all this and all that. A loot all button seems like it would be a very, very complicated thing, because not only would you have to use it in conjunction with all your finished raids, you would then have to go through and loot them for you in like the shift click fashion. I feel like it would have a negative impact on your game experience. And actually, wait one second. And Atreyu actually has a note for this one that it also has a tech issue involved with it. So I will talk to tech about it, and it does seem like it does affect the gameplay experience, so it's probably not going to happen, but I'll talk to them. I'll find out the exact reasons, and if it's a reasonable reason, I'll get back to you and I'll let you know. Otherwise, for right now, no. So, no, but with I will talk to them. Next, you say, when will it be possible to log into Standalone with your other platform ID? I believe it was supposed to happen 10/23. Hold that thought. 1 second. Unfortunately, at this point, only Facebook players are allowed to log into the Standalone game. The world chat that goes along with it, Armor Games and Newgrounds players can also participate in, but the Standalone itself is strictly Facebook for now. I did just talk to tech, and that's the way it is for now because it uses Facebook Connect. I will push to try and get other people into the Standalone, but I don't know if it's technically possible. As a Kong player, I know I would have loved to play on the standalone, and I know others would probably love it as well. It's a neat little package. It's like, yes, playing the game. Done. I'll keep looking into it, but as far as I know for right now, it's strictly Facebook. Question number 13 from Dia. When will all platforms have access to mission help / gifting? Never. That's a Facebook only thing, and more likely than not, it will go away instead of spread. Really, gifting is a Facebook game thing, so we don't do it on other platforms. For right now, the answer is it won't happen. Are there any plans to upgrade the AWC, that's the Azrael War Cuirass? I don't believe so. If there are any faults to it, that would be in design. I don't know exactly what is bad about it. I know you say here that the Emperor boots are better, but they are legendary items and they do their own thing. So I don't believe there are plans to upgrade it at the moment, but again, that's a Doc question, and I would suggest you ask it on the forums to him if you wish. The last question from Dia is, are there any plans for a tiered alliance raid similar to Trollkarn? And the answer to that is possibly next year. As of this time, we're still dealing with the old raids. We're still dealing with a lot of what we had before. And excuse me one sec. As of this time, we're still dealing with a lot of the old raids and things that we can do. It's next year, it's 2014, that this team will really pick it up and have some fun. And listen, and I hope you guys are here with us when it happens, because there's a whole lot of stuff coming down the pipe, and we would love for you to enjoy it along with us. So there is that. Next up is Death Rose. Hey, Death Rose. Will AVA ever happen? And in this case, I would say it's possible, but not too soon. We have other things that we have in the builds coming up. We have other things that take precedence over AVA. Personally, I would say AVA comes after AWA, because I'd like to see more community coming together before community killing each other. So yes, there might be an AVA coming soon, but later. So I guess coming later. When is the next building in the facilities happening, and what will it be like or have? I don't know. That's a completely Doc question. As of right now, I don't know of any plans for adding something to the facilities. I'm sure there will be. There's plenty of space for it, but I think we're tackling other tasks before that. Again, it's like, right now, what I want you guys to understand is that there are a lot of things happening all at once, and we're hitting the ground running, but we have to run in a certain direction first, and then we can start doing all these fun things. So the next facility happening, I don't know. Down the line, it will be something fun. When is the next troll type raid due in the comms tower? Again, don't know. That's a new raid that Doc will have to come up with. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he'll have it balanced out with the rest of them. A lot of things coming. There's a lot of work to be done, and I don't have dates yet on any new items just yet. When is there going to be a use for credits? Same answers as above or before. Is that? No, that would be this way, before. Use for credits, I know there is a need for it. I personally, as a player, before I even became a developer, I had 5 billion in the bank. I know many of you have similar numbers in the bank. So I'm sure a use for credits is coming down the line. Maybe with new shop gear, we might do something with credits. What's the next premium officer / crew going to be like? The next premium crew / officer is again up to Da. And I'm sure he'll come up with something fun, and eventually my legendary officer will be out to have some fun as well. So we shall see. CM Hotline, you can chat with Avigdor there. He might even have a webcam if you're lucky, haha. No, I do not have a webcam on the CM Hotline. The CM Hotline is a Chatsy room that I have open all day while I'm at work. Some of you already frequently talk to me on Chatsy, and you know I'm always there, or I try to be. It's really if you have a very quick question or problem, you don't know where to reach me in the chats, you haven't reached me on PM, you're like, how the heck do I contact anyone? You either go to support, which I will advocate every time because they're always on call. Or you go into the forums, you go down, you find where I've posted somewhere, you go to my signature, and it says CM Hotline right at the signature. You click that, you put in your name, you press enter, and you can talk to me directly. And that is one of the things that I really want you guys to use if you have an issue. Just come talk to me. If you can't find me on the chats, if I'm not talking there, come find me. PM me, chat me, do what you can. I'll be there. I'm literally here like 14 hours a day for you, doing whatever I can to help. So I would absolutely love for you guys to use the resources I put out there for you. And frankly, I'm trying to be there for you as best as I can. I have eyes and ears out in the community at all times, but sometimes it comes down to you guys coming to me. And I'm just trying to open up the avenues for it. Next up, Z Aaron Knight says, how open is 5PG to making big changes to the game rather than the same old new zone, raid, world raid, rare spawn, gear, ... question mark. I've posted a few ideas. Content is always important to us to keep up with, but features will be coming steadily. There's no real middle ground between these two. We either come up with features or we come up with new content, or come up with features or come up with new content. We're trying to do both at the same time, but our time is limited. Our creative time is limited. What we have to do, come up with an idea, task the people who contribute to it, make sure they're working on it, make sure they're working on their other things that they need to take care of. Time is a resource as well, especially in a business. So we try and do a good mix of what we have. We have zones and raids and gear and this and that and the other thing, but it all comes down to what time we have to do what and what takes precedence. So yes, we do listen to your ideas when you post them, and big ideas are coming. Lots of big ideas. We do talk pretty frequently about big ideas. So they are coming. 23. Tack did some, I'm assuming you're talking about Soccer Hero, did some spam summoning on the public list a while back. Is there any reason you couldn't automate this to crank out random raids on a preset interval? This was an experiment. I was actually a part of that experiment when I was on the council, suggesting that it wouldn't be a bad idea. But what we're trying to do is create a system. Miss Blade, and I are trying to create a system where the game is rebalanced, the players are balanced, the public raid population is healthy, and it's not up to us to feed you guys, but you guys can feed yourselves. Like what we had when we were doing the raid summoning incentives that were new. You guys were feeding yourselves, overfeeding yourselves, to the point where things were failing. That's okay. We want you guys to have so much stuff that you can't possibly eat it all. That's perfect. Now, spamming raids for you, that gets into a gray area that we don't want to be. We want you guys to be able to manage your own community. We want you guys to have fun and control over your own game. So while that might be an option, like down the line, it's like the last option. We want you guys to have a balanced, healthy game that you can control on your own before that is even brought up. So that was an experiment. Probably won't happen again unless it's like an event, like we did with the 8 hate raids. But maybe one weekend is like Tyranness weekend, and we just like spam summon a whole bunch of them, and if you guys can kill like 30,000 Tyrannesses, you all win an item. That might be fun. Actually, that might be fun. Manway, what do you think about that one? I know you're very vocal about these things. Get back to me on that. So stuff like that. That might be a fun thing. But we'll see. Now, moving on to Jack Skellington. I always love this name. So, Jack, good on you. Have you seen my keys? I can't seem to remember where I set them down. Now, Jack, I suggest you look behind the couch. There are always the couch cushions. Sometimes I leave my keys in my jacket pockets or the pants that I was wearing at the time. So check all those places, check the washing machine, and get back to us. I hope you find them, and good luck. Next, 25, non-paying players. One of my biggest concerns is this huge difference between free versus Suns, gear, ships, whatever. Are any of these concerns actually being talked about or thought of by Legacy of a Thousand Suns staff? And if so, what are they planning on doing about it? I think Da already touched on this in the State of Game. We do talk about it. We do talk about it a lot. You guys think you talk about it a lot in the forums. It's literally our job to come in here and talk about game mechanics, which I love. We do think about it. I do feel like free players should get what is due to them. So yes, the growing discrepancy, power creep, these conversations are happening, but in the end, that's Da's realm. He's the numbers guy. He's the guy saying, this is the direction I want the game to go. And I've been watching him work. He's doing a great job rebalancing. You guys saw his work with Boone and Ace. He's going to continue that trend and hopefully bring us to a level playing field. So we shall see. The Matador. Hey, bud. Good to see you on here. His question is, are we going to see more activity on the social media aspect? We get the link for the patch notes and the occasional link to the Rare Spawn or World Raid, but what about more contests and things of that nature? I honestly thinking of closing my Twitter account due to Sun's inactivity. Yes. The answer is yes, and that falls on me. This is my first month with the company, but as I get more into my groove and I start doing these videos more and I start doing a lot of things more, I'm going to branch out into media. I'm not a huge fan of Twitter, but I will do my best to make sure the community as a whole, in all aspects, is informed in some fashion. And I'll reach out to our PR department, I'll reach out to a whole bunch of people, and I'll make sure news is getting out. It should be fun. Should be happy. You guys should be informed about what's going on, and I will do my best and strive to do my best in the months to come to make sure that the data is out there. So I hope you bear with me as I learn some things, as I get adjusted to some things, and I start trying new things like these videos to help, to inform, to make sure you guys are having a good time. So bear with me on that one. Oh, Doug. Doug, you are always good with the questions, huh? All right, starting with your first subtopic, alliances. Now, Doug, unfortunately for your questions, you asked a lot about dates. And I unfortunately can't give you a whole lot of dates, but with question number 27A, is the Alliance UI overhaul still a high priority? Can we expect to see it soon, within this month? The Alliance UI overhaul happened last Wednesday, so yes, you can see it. Unfortunately, I can't give you dates on other things, but yes, that happened. 27B, is the issue of raid already exists bug a high priority that will be addressed soon? Again, dates, can't tell you, but all bugs will be addressed ASAP. Keep in mind, anytime you experience a bug, I need all of you, if you can, to go into our support section, make a support ticket, filter it in, because those support tickets become internal tickets that we then use to task different tech people to fix them. So the more support tickets you supply, the more support can be like, hey, this is an issue, get this done, get this done. Also keep in mind that whenever there is a bug like that, I'll hear about it, I'll write it down, I'll say the community needs this done, the community needs this done, and I go through with my manager and say, hey, this is the list of what our bugs need to be fixed at, and this is how we should be doing it. It doesn't always happen the way we want, but that's the way it goes, and I'm always listening when you guys have an issue. So don't be afraid to say something to me when you do experience an issue. 27C, is there a way to easily and intuitively share stamina raids with other Alliance members in the pipeline? Timely release within a month. Again, Doug, can't really tell you dates. As far as I know, though, the easiest way to share stamina raids with your Alliance is to post them the link. We have expanded the chat UI, so it should be able to take a full link. Tell me if it doesn't, because I think it should. I think I tested that. And it's timestamped. So share those if you can. I know Kongregate has the Doom scripts, which are always good. And then the standalone has share with Alliance, which is helpful. So there are methods there. There's just not a concrete in-game method. So keep working on that. Keep coming up with ideas to us. I'll write them down. I'll suggest them in my community concerns document, and we'll get to it. So it might not be soon. Definitely won't be within the month, but we're still talking about it, so don't worry about that. Now, 28 on the topic of loot. Oh, let's see. Let's go through it. 28A, can you please explain why the damage requirements seem to be continuing to increase while the rewards are steadily being reduced? 28B, low percentage chances to get loot. Are there any plans to remedy this needless grind and improving / replacing the impression that it's just to get tedious? I understand and agree that good loot should be hard to get, but hard doesn't always have to translate to low percentage grinds. 28C, the gap between GS and free loot is incredible, so much so that even using only the free GS that you can earn during normal gameplay, free items are never / rarely used, seen predominantly as premium fodder. Da Horizon, as you have seen, is going through and mixing things up. He's going to go through and look at free items. He's going to go through and look at raids. He's going to go through and look at crew. He's going to go through and look at ships. He's going through and looking at everything. Consider this, as he stated before, a gestation period. He is compiling his resources, his information, and he is planning. So yes, things are being considered and things are being rebalanced, but it will take some time. I know these aren't the answers that you want to hear right now, but the game is going to be an entirely new beast in 2014, and I can't emphasize that enough. Behind the scenes, I'm watching it. If you can get on the console, you'll watch it too. And I want everyone to know that we're working as hard as possible every day to make sure that this game is fun. So yes, these things will be addressed, rebalancing, making sure that players have a quantitative feel of being appreciated, whether they're free players or GS players. It will all happen to the best of our ability. And it's a difficult thing to try and balance a game like this. And I know I'm putting a lot on Da's shoulders, but as we are putting a lot on Da's shoulders, and he has a track record for excellence. So I hope you all bear with me, bear with him, bear with us. Mistblade, Da, myself, Stranger, Atreyu, Taka, we're all sitting here working our best to make sure you have a fun gaming experience. And I hope everyone realizes that, and I hope you bear with us as we work. And we might not always do things the way you want, but we're here and we're working. So Doug, that has to be your answer for that one. Sorry I can't answer anything specifically because those are really his questions, but I do see him working, and I hope you will bear with us while he continues to do so. Gen F, could you please, pretty please, eat some of your famous Fruit Loops in the next vid? I was ready for this, Gen F. I was ready for this. I was like, Gen F wants me to eat Fruit Loops. Okay. Fruit Loops, ready? Serial killer, back in the action. Next up is Moira. Question 31. I have questions, about the changes in the Lost staff. It looks like the community management team and the development team completely turned over in the last month. What are the motivations behind this, and what are you looking to accomplish with this for Legacy of 1,000 Suns? What do the new people, Avigdor, Da Horizon, bring to the table that the old people did not? Now, this isn't something I'm going to go heavily into, because really, inner management is not something I discuss with players. However, we didn't change anything, we grew. And in a lot of ways, we grew because of things that needed to happen. Stranger is still here, Atreyu is still here. They're helping, they're working, they're doing the same things they always did. I'm here to be the community manager that you can talk to every day. I'm here to be the guy that you can talk to all the time. That anything, at any time, anywhere, I'll be there to talk to you, unless it's like a holiday. Which, I really, really tried to work on Thanksgiving, and it really didn't work at all. I think some of you guys were like, "Hey, Avigdor's." No, I was too busy. Stranger is helping me behind the scenes in a lot of ways. Atreyu is helping in many, many, many ways. Horizon, as I've said before, is working heavily on rebalancing the game. There's a whole lot that we all bring to the community, and we are, like I said, turning Suns into its own beast. And that's what we want. We want everyone who loves this game to love it even more and to have so much more fun. So that's really all I can say about that, really all I have to say about that. And yeah. Question 32. None your business. Zeke, 33. That's funny because your name is Zeke, 33. So when someone from Tinseltown going to get a hold of these clips and make it to the silver screen, and will you remember all of us little people? Zeke, I've explained this to you before, bud. This is just for you guys. If anyone gets a hold of this and puts me up on the internet elsewhere, other than YouTube, I don't think they really will understand what I'm talking about. It's really just for you guys. So, hey, anyone out there other than Suns players watching this, have fun with it, but it's really just me being me and talking awkwardly to you. So yeah. So whoever wants to do anything with it, go right ahead. Oh, also, this is a call out to everyone in Suns. If you wish to create memes from any of the stupid faces I make here, go right ahead. I will gladly snap them up and start using them in posts against you. I think I already have my creeper face on the forum somewhere. Matador, I know you've seen it. Actually, response to it was hilarious too, so. Custard, number 34. Is anything going to be done about the massive disparity between players on different platforms? Answer to that, no. The differences in strength isn't going to be adjusted or changed. You guys are all one community. You're all one community now, and sometimes it takes a bit of getting used to. I understand that your accomplishments in Armor games were great, and I applaud you for it, as I wasn't one of the top players in my platform either. So your effort and your love for the game, greatly felt, and we do support that. But now we've taken a whole bunch of small ponds with big fish in them and put them all into one big ocean. And there's going to be bigger fish out there. But that doesn't mean that you have to change the way you play, and the leaderboards don't reflect who you are as a player at all. I would also, in my mind, the kind of player I am, take it as a challenge to kick some friggin' butt. So, do your best, have some fun, and try and adjust, because we're all here to play together. It's the best I can say on that one. 35, how long do you guys plan for the future? Do you have year plans, 2-year plans? No, I don't think we plan that far ahead. We do plan ahead, but I don't think in the year. I don't really want to get into the design process with you guys. Join the council. We'll talk about the design process there. And 36, what kind of feedback do you prefer from players on the forum? I prefer any feedback from players on the forum. And let me clarify real quick. Any feedback does not mean run the gamut from brown-nosing praise to nasty, vehement, toxic responses. What I'm saying is, if you feel strongly about something, and you feel strongly in the negative about something, say it, but keep it civil. Moving forward, I'm going to have to start implementing, and I already have in a lot of ways, a certain level of decorum from the players. So if you have an idea, or you feel badly about something, or you feel strongly about something, by all means bring it, but stop attacking each other. And try and watch the kind of language that you're using. I will be out there, my eyes are always out there, and I will be watching. So any feedback you give, I will take. If you don't like something, I will take that. If you like something, I will take that too, and I'll go say, hey, Taka, they really like this, good job. Because that's how I am. Now, try and keep it constructive. I know several members of our community like to lash out at others, and that is something that moving forward I will be moving against. We are all one family. We are all one community. We should support each other. And it really gets me when I watch you guys tear each other apart, especially because then I have to step in and then I have to start disciplining. And I don't like to do these things. I hate to do these things. But sometimes a level of decorum needs to be enforced. And I'm going to take the next several months to put that baseline down. Once that baseline is established and we're not sniping at each other, I think as a community we will be better because we can disagree. You're always allowed to disagree. But don't disagree and then attack each other, because that's something that needs to stop. We've already kind of gotten away from it. There was a lot of bad blood when I first started. Luckily that's gone away, but I think as long as we can work together as a community, we can do better. Any responses that you have to this video, please post below. If you have any further questions, post them below as well. I'll have a transcript on the bottom with all the different times and questions and where they're answered and blah, blah, blah. So by all means, watch, enjoy. There is no too long didn't watch. I'm not doing that for you guys as much as I love you. But yeah. I'll try and make shorter versions of this one in the future, so maybe limit it to 10 questions going forward, because 35 was a bit much. 36 was a bit much. So yeah, if I do 10 questions, 2 weeks, I could easily have 2 of these videos out every month, and we can all enjoy. So I'm going to shoot for that. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I enjoyed the process, but I'm tired now. Most people have left. And yeah, this was fun. I'll keep doing this, and I hope you will keep watching. Thanks again. Good night.